name is Emily, as you may or may not know, and today, oh, what a joyous day we have ahead of us. Today we are going to be looking at horrendous, visually assaulting, chakra-altering home design. First, I would like to shout out the Instagram page, Please Hate These Things. They are so real. They are so real to make basically a zoo of, where these things can live. So basically what we're gonna be doing is looking at these designs, having a little kiki, and I'm also gonna be saying who I think lives in these homes / made the design. Let's just get started, shall we? Okay, so when I first looked at this picture, I really didn't see anything wrong with it. I was like, it's very white, which might be bad for some people because that means it can get dirty easily. But then I shifted my gaze upwards. I did go ahead and do that. And then I saw that there is a balcony overseeing the bathroom. Huh? Let's list some of the reasons why this would not be a good idea, right? And also, I know for some of my audience, we all know there's a running joke that I have to mention diarrhea or shit at least once in every episode or every video, right? Well, I'm about to keep the trend going. And I know sometimes people eat lunch watching these videos. I'm just warning you. Hey, it's a bathroom. How many more directions can I really go with it, right? But I'm going to speak my truth and spread the good word, okay? I don't think all aromas should be shared. That's my belief. It's a part of my culture, the culture of consideration. You know how sometimes there's that dystopian plot line where it's like a neighborhood is under a dome to like keep dangerous things from getting in or something like that. I would have to make one of those just around the toilet. And that's to keep dangerous things from getting out. If you do need to do something gargantuan of the sort of anal variety, it's way better if I just say poop. If you have to poop, the privacy of your home bathroom, that's what it's for. There's something about the privacy of your home bathroom where your body is able to say, this is the holy place. Being able to comfortably go to the bathroom, that's what home is for, okay? That's how you make a house a home. And also, warning, yeah, don't invite any peeping toms over. Or maybe do, since you've obviously optimized your home for them. POV, you have your pants down and you're doing something that's completely healthy and normal, but also quite vulnerable. What? Is this not the viewing deck? What I'll say about who I think lives here, or rather who should live here, influencer couples who specialize in pranks. Oh. Baby, do I have the home for you. Do you know how many mysterious substances you could be pouring onto your partner while they're in the shower with this balcony? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a lot. Okay, so now we have the bathroom of a genie that's trapped inside a Sephora bag. That's who lives here. A genie that's like, okay, if I have to be trapped here for thousands and thousands of years, could I at least get access to lipsticks that are somehow $22? Or hey, maybe this is a straight pride bathroom. A heterosexual love pride bathroom. Hey, love is love. I support it. Also, I love the idea of this bathroom being in a club and there's just a mile-long line of angry drunk people stomping on the door trying to kick it down, and then the person in there has been in there for like an hour. They finally come out and they say, sorry, I was having a really enticing game of chess that I was playing on the floor. Okay, so this is a stairway with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 titty lights dispersed on the wall and ceiling, blinded by boobs. Not a bad way to lose your vision, right? If the doc told me, hey, I'm going blind, what's the last thing you want to see? I guess like a pair of tits. I'm just wondering the reasoning behind having so many lights, especially of the titty variety. Right? I'm like, this looks like it was designed by, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and the person was like obsessed with boobs. right? So they were like, we heard that you like boobs, so we made your home one giant inflatable breast. And if you want to leave, you have to be lactated out. Like, the only way I would be able to justify having this many lights is if we were inside a pitch black, dark cave, right? And even then, it's a little bit of overkill. Okay, so I haven't seen the 2017 film Mother with Jennifer Lawrence, but something about this was reminding me of that film, a film I've never seen, mind you. And I think that's who lives here. Whoever Jennifer Lawrence was playing in Mother. But I mean, isn't that like a psychological horror film? Imagine Jennifer Lawrence stumbling down these steps, boobies flickering everywhere, dripping rancid breast milk on her. That sounds like something that would happen in like that type of movie, right? Where it's supposed to be like symbolic or something. So here we have a replica of I guess like a Jeep truck in the middle of someone's kitchen. And I could definitely see this working for someone. Not me, but someone. I think this kitchen belongs to a family where the father, he really likes to grill and hunt, right? And he might even be the type of guy to pick up roadkill off the side of the road and be like, hey, venison burgers on me tonight. He runs over a possum with his big, fat ass, hefty Chevy truck. Hi, supper. And the matriarch of the family also owns a truck and has one of those bumper stickers that's like, hi, I'm a woman and I own a truck. You know, I could totally see someone chugging down a protein shake, slamming it down on the Jeep counter and kind of letting out a cathartic scream, jumping up to the metal bars above them, and they start to do pull-ups, right? In a way where it's sort of like, I know you needed that. I do have to say it's sort of big. And there is this general unease, I feel, looking at it, sure, because it's an item that is clearly out of place, right? It kind of reminds me of when you see the whales trapped at SeaWorld, right? Like, baby, we have to get you out of there. You know how people say fork found in kitchen when something makes sense? When something doesn't make sense, we should start saying car found in kitchen. Last thing I'll say, I love the idea of a child growing up in this home and them going over to their friend's house for the first time and seeing their kitchen and them being like, Jimmy, where's your life-size Jeep truck replica that's attached to the kitchen counter and hoisted up by a really big rock? Huh? Like, wait, doesn't everyone have an 18-wheeler in their foyer? Why doesn't the bathroom have a Toyota Camry? Staying on the theme of cars, we have a Chevy Truck Bed, yes, where it looks like you're supposed to be sleeping in the trunk of a car, which is, of course, every woman's dream, to be unconscious in the back of a car. You know, I think the person who owns this place doesn't live here. To me, for some reason, this is screaming deluxe Airbnb, and it's run by a middle-aged blonde woman who does not play about home goods. She's essentially stationed there. Right? They've even asked her to leave a couple of times. Ma'am, we closed 57 minutes ago. But it is kind of reminding me of that cute date idea where you take blankets and pillows and food and then you lay on the back of a pickup truck and you look up at the stars with your lover, right? But I'm imagining taking this person on that date and them being like, this is fucking boring, I have this at home. I also want to point out that above the back window of the car, which also serves as the headboard, fabuloso, the sign says, life ain't always beautiful, but it's a beautiful ride. Which, funnily enough, is what you would be reading if you were riding someone in this bed. Imagine you're in the middle of engaging in coitus with someone and you look up at them and they're getting a little misty-eyed and they're just like, it's true, I mean, it really is a beautiful ride. So my date told me that he knew a spot, and this is where he took me. Toilet bench. It was definitely intimate. I would guess that this would be inside the house of someone who really wants to cultivate community, right? I could see a very open-minded polycule, and I'm talking open-minded. Like, to be in a polycule, you already have to be open-minded. I'm talking like in the way where people are kind of like, I'm not woke enough for this. You know, they're like, we have to start taking collective action in our communities. And the collective action question is a piss. And so I'm gonna go ahead and imagine that the flush on this toilet is either strong enough to waterboard a grizzly bear or is so weak it's essentially like still water. And what if you have no one to share this with? Right? This seems like this toilet could really be easy to fall in, super easy to fall in. What if you drown? Now this is interesting. This is really interesting, right? Now we have a bathtub that looks like it's in the biggest timeout ever, right? Not only is it in the corner, it's shoved so deep into the corner that it looks like the habitat for an antagonistic entity in a horror movie. I can't picture a Pinterest model using a lush bath bomb here. But what I can picture is a slender man-like figure standing in the middle of the dry tub holding up a baby lamb carcass that somehow is drained of all of its blood for reasons unknown. But you know, I do think it's mainly the lighting and lack of decorations that are making this look so sinister. We need to get a 2019 college student female to get in here, put some fairy lights up, put up some fake vines, right? We need tea light stat. We need like a big wooden board so that you can put it on top of the bathtub so that you can like read in the bathtub for some reason. Okay, so going from a bathtub that is quiet and tucked away, now we have a bathtub that is front and center. Dinner and a show. So I don't know if this is actually a bath or what, because it literally does not make sense for it to be a bath, but I just don't know what else it would be, and I can't explain why. But upon seeing this image and thinking, okay, who would live here, in my head I thought, this is a family where the parents are swingers and their kids kind of like don't exactly know what that means, because obviously their parents aren't sharing that with them, because I'm imagining that they're like 9 and 11. Or maybe not 9, 11, sorry, 8 and 10, out of respect, right? 8 and 10, and other people at the school district kind of make fun of them for it. I know that's quite elaborate, but that is what struck me when I saw this image. And I also sense that the married couple, they both have one-syllable names, like Kate and Dave, or, you know, Sam and Noel. Like, I just know that if you have an open bath in your kitchen, no curtain, arched ceiling above it, right? You're into some freak nasty shit. And I feel like sometimes married couples, it's like married suburban couples, they can either be, it's like missionary for 1 minute and that's like scheduled in the Google Calendar, right? A little maybe monotonous, right? Even though that position can be beautiful. Or they are clocking in and out of the BDSM club because it's like that's their only respite from like staring at Microsoft Excel all day. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm grossly misjudging suburban couples, but I'm feeling like it's this of the types of suburban couples, this is the latter. Or perhaps maybe these people are just really messy eaters. Maybe they're really messy eaters to the point where they're like, we actually need a bathtub within 5 feet of us whenever we have a meal. Because it's that serious. Imagine eating a fabulous dinner here with your husband. Baby back ribs, seafood boil, no bib. He gets up, covered in melted butter and barbecue sauce, and says, that was fucking delicious. And then he strips down nude, crawls over the counter, and bathes himself right in front of you. How would you feel? Maybe not as hungry. Okay, and here we have cow fridge. It's definitely a statement piece. And again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to credit this to suburban mom again. And I might be incorrect about my hunch, but the thing is that suburban moms are sure of 5 things: live, laugh, love. This is 4. Live, laugh, love. The bathroom is the beach. The kitchen is the farm. And this mom, it's looking like, hey, she went all in. It's not even a lifestyle, it's a religion for her. This fridge, instead of having a typical boring water and ice dispenser, you open up the fridge and there's a hyper-realistic udder in there. And you need to tug on one of those knobs to get some liquid out. And who knows, it could be lemonade, it could be milk, it could be water. It all depends on what mama has in store. There are no plates or cups or silverware in this kitchen, right? There's only big pig troughs, smaller pig troughs, and shoving your face in said troughs. And there are no pleases or thank yous. There's only and wait, what sound does a pig make? Is that what a pig sounds like? Let's just say if she hypothetically committed to bathroom is the beach in the way that she hypothetically committed to kitchen is the farm, well, there is about to be an octopus in the jacuzzi. Hi, SeaWorld. Have you ever seen someone so cute you just thought to yourself, gosh, I just want to put them in my pocket? Well, now you can with a brand new Jormfooter. Okay, who lives here? Perhaps a woman named Jean. I'm gonna go kill myself. I would love if the pocket was functional and kind of imitated real life, right? Like when you, brand new, by the way, you take it and put it on your bed, you kind of feel something in the pocket, you reach into the pocket, it's like old gum wrappers and a really long receipt. You know, it comes with loose change and a stray piece of gum that's harder than the SAT. And then of course you could figure out if these are men's or women's jeans by how far you fit inside the pocket, right? If it's men's jeans, you're gonna get, you know, about neck deep, right? If it's women's jeans, you'd be lucky to get coverage up to your ankles. Also, you know how people are like, oh my gosh, if you sleep in jeans, then you're a fucking freak, right? Fucking freak. Then this person is clinically insane to others, right? This person's nighttime routine is putting on skinny jeans that don't let the vaginier breathe for scheisse, right? Putting on a jean jacket and then also putting on soaking wet fuzzy socks. So I think the person who lives here might just be a man loitering in IKEA, and he may not really even live there at all, because these look like two separate displays. And well, if this really is someone's kitchen, I personally think it's a bit ugly. Next. So here we have a door with a corner carved out of it so it doesn't hit a light bulb. And I'm just wondering how many times this door has completely obliterated this light bulb to the point where the owner was just like, you know what, fuck it, we have to do surgery on a door. I think the person who lives here is a guy named Keith, and he lives alone, and whenever his mom comes over, there's always two questions. When are you getting married? And where's the broom? Because I accidentally smashed the light bulb again. And I have no idea if this is a bathroom door or a bedroom door or what, but I mean, now you have a little escape hatch for whatever smells or sounds want to get out of it. So yeah, a hole in a shield makes it far less mighty, I fear. But imagine if you did live with someone and they did this to their bedroom door, right? You know, your roommate brings home a hookup and they're like, don't worry, we'll close the door. Well, you know, it's like, don't worry about stepping in dog shit. You have shoes on. Meanwhile, my pinky toe's still sticking out. Staying on the theme of door dilemmas, right? Who I think lives here is a family who went on Home Makeover Extreme Edition, right? But instead of the youngest son being obsessed with like Thomas the Choo Choo Train or baseball or something, he was obsessed with accidents waiting to happen. And so now the entire house is just full of booby traps. This cartoonish ass door, right? I don't know him personally, but this door looks like something that Roadrunner character would run through because he's always just like getting smacked around and shit. That's what him and Anastasia from 50 Shades of Grey have in common. They are like being smacked around and shit. With this cartoonish ass door in the house, you're basically guaranteeing that every time you exit it, you get hit with a grand piano, hit with an anvil, you step on a rake, and you also find quicksand somehow as well. Huh? At least it's not millennial gray. Just looks like someone really loved the Grimace trend and we're like, I have to make a kitchen about this. I feel like this kitchen belongs to a kids content creator and they're doing like toy unboxings or making edible slime. I mean, with a kitchen like this, you can't make normal food, right? You have to make like glitter glue life hack sort of meals. If you make a normal ham and cheese sandwich in this kitchen, you'll be shot. I just feel like in this kitchen, you open the cabinets and the snack options are like, okay, well, we can have Play-Doh spaghetti with rainbow sprinkles or a hot dog that looks like AI with a side of fun dip. So here we have these two gorgeous, gorgeous pieces of Italian architecture that is directly under an AC unit. So I don't think this is someone's home. I think that a hotel owner did this. Something about this screams quality in Italia. You know, when you first turn on this AC unit before it starts blowing out cold air, first a loud voice coming from a small speaker inside of the AC unit screams, "Buongiorno!" But you know what? They were obviously trying to spruce the place up, right? I appreciate that. I think that we should all be incorporating European sculptures into our everyday items. You know, I want to have a marble sculpture of the creation of Adam, right? That diva. And Adam's from the Bible, right? Well, that doesn't mean he can't be a diva, right? Anyways, marble sculpture, creation of Adam. On the finger, I'm gonna use it as a toilet paper holder. That's probably more offensive. Turning my shower into the Trevi fountain tutorial. How to replace all of the legs of my coffee table with the statue of David. So the person who lives here is an atheist. No, here we have a Jesus-covered bathroom, right? Everywhere you turn, there he shall be. And I also don't think this bathroom is in someone's home because I have never seen someone's home bathroom have the pushy toilet flusher. I've only ever seen the traditional lever. So I can't really say who lives here other than the Lord, right? Love you, big guy. But sorry, that was disingenuous because I have no problem with you, but I think maybe sometimes lots of people have told me that you might have a problem with me because I'm gay. But anyways, back to this. I think this bathroom resides in a mega church, right? The type of mega church where it's like, you walk in there and you're like, am I here for prayer or am I here to see the Lion King on Broadway, right? High stadium seating. You know, like it's a venue so large that it looks like people should be walking up and down the rows like selling concessions. You know, like get your wine, get your ice cold holy water, got ice cold holy water. Body of Christ. Anyone, get your body of Christ. Also, I'm not super well versed in the Bible. I know obviously there's Noah and that big fat ark. There's like Adam and Eve and all of those people. But I do think, isn't taking a poop here kind of feel like desecration of the religious space? I mean, we literally have one of the Jesus statues is below the toilet. Like, if there's going to be Jesus statues in the bathroom while I'm taking a shit, he should at least be, like, not below the level of my ass, is how I feel. Like, I don't want God looking at me from all angles when I'm in this situation, right? It's like, buddy, I know it might seem like you're looking at hell, but actually this is none of your business. Also, quick question, having a sense of inquiry, why is there a disco ball in the corner? Just wondering. Why does it look like there's going to be a conference in here? Okay, so this is screaming hotel to me, but if a person did own this, the person who owns this bathroom always has access to binder clips somehow, right? And they have their underwear embroidered for every day of the week. But there is something about the idea of a carpeted bathroom floor that is actually sending a shiver down my fucking spine. Oh, okay, I have no idea why I just started thinking about this, but I started listening to the podcast Ride with Mary Beth Barone and Benito Skinner, right? After I watched Overcompensating, and they have this joke they do where they basically say, I just had the most amazing toe-curling orgasm. And now I've been trying to say that whenever something good happens to me, like if I am really, really thirsty and then I get like a refreshing drink, then that's when you go, Oh my God. But the reason this bathroom made me think of that is because it would give me the exact opposite reaction. So when something bad happens to me or when I'm feeling a bad sensation, I guess maybe I should say something like, oh my God, I just had the most spine-shivering infertility. I'm just trying to think about like the opposite of a toe curling orgasm. So hi Obsessica, I actually love this. I'm obsessed with this and I need to exfoliate in here now. I mean, oh my God, off-white marbled pillows around your off-white marbled bathtub. I mean, someone needs to feed me grapes in here, stat. This was owned by a woman who was a very successful opera singer and perhaps even did some stage acting as well. She takes an hour-long bubble bath in here, and then I just know she puts on one of those robes that are like, how do I describe it? Like the I just killed my husband robe, or the, you know, my rich husband died in mysterious circumstances robe. You know what I'm talking about. The only thing that doesn't make a ton of sense about this design, I would say, is that the shower head isn't detachable. Right? And get your dirty little mind out of the gutter. I'm not talking about, I just had the most toe curling da-da-da-da. No, I'm talking about there's seemingly no shower curtain, right? If I want to take a shower in this and the shower head is stagnant, water is gonna get literally everywhere. It's gonna be like the face wash commercials where, and then the water gets everywhere, except it's like with my whole body. Like high flash flood, right? But overall, I am a fan of this. It kind of screams rich divorcee in the best way possible. So here we have the bathroom of a major Narnia fan, right? We have the lion, witch, and the wardrobe action kind of going on here, which is amazing because whenever I'm going to the bathroom, I'm kind of like, damn, I wish a centaur was here. I know I'm in here to change my tampon, but you know what else I want to change? My family dynamic by betraying them for some Turkish delight. Also, I was trying to think about a gay joke about like being in the closet or whatever, but then I discovered the most amazing toe curling British phrase. Imagine that I'm British, right? And I'm trying to come out to my family. Mummy, Daddy, I'm gay. I'm coming out the wardrobe. I'm gay and I'm coming out of the wardrobe and I'm in love with a girl. I'm in love with a fit bird and her name is Fanny. Now, here we have a urinal for athletes. A urinal for people who have never sprained their ankle but are about to. Now, the more obvious answer is that this is the bathroom of like a climbing gym or something, right? However, the more interesting answer is that this is the bathroom to a physical therapist's office. What is that? You have to pee? Well, let's go ahead and see how well that hip was replaced. I could also see this being a bathroom in one of those alpha male camps, right? Where you basically pay hundreds of dollars to have a man degrade you. And the man also, of course, always has to be bald by choice or maybe even a little bit by nature as well. You know, I could really envision a man at the brink of a mental breakdown, struggling to unzip his fly while the alpha male coach is screaming at him, basically saying, if you can't pass the piss test, then you're gonna be sent to Cockville County. But yeah. That's it. I'm done. My camera's about to die. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. It was fun, you know, looking at these ugly designs. I guess, yeah, just as always, let me know what else you want to see. I hope you all have a good day. Thank you for joining me if you're on a commute or if you are eating lunch or doing laundry or perhaps it's before bed. I hope you had a great day. Or I hope that you do have a good day if it's the beginning of your day. Okay, that's it. Until next time.